Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Which do you think is harder, Robin? Working or finding work?
Finding work.
Finding work is a hard job.
Yeah.
I can remember when I was much younger, knock on wood, I hope that I never had this experience again, but I can remember being out of work and looking and driving from one place to the next and leaving resumes and talking to people and and then you get back home and you say, oh gosh, okay, well the day's over and I'll do it again tomorrow, and you turn on TV and everybody's happy. You're watching, they're all happy. You say, gosh, why are you so happy? I have to find a job. You want the whole world to be on the same page as you, and it doesn't work out that way. Then when you get a job, the whole world changes, and I can go to the beach again. I can have fun again. I can pay for gasoline again. So it's no fun when you need work. Laura Byrnes has been helping us understand how to use CareerSource to find work for a very long time now. And CareerSource is such a magnificent resource in our community that I hope you share the word about it. If you have people who don't listen to this show, this station, and they need a job, tell them CareerSource, Citrus, Levy, Marion. And if they say, you know what, I tried that. No, they didn't. They didn't try it, because if they did, they would. This happened to me the other day. I'll tell Laura about it in a second. Laura Byrnes is here. If you have any questions, by the way, the phone lines are open, 622-9622. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderfully on this gorgeous day. It's a bit too hot for my taste, but hello.
Have you ever gone more than a year without a job?
I would freelance. I mean, if I didn't have,
that's work.
If I wasn't right. So, I had sole practice operations, that sort of thing. So I've never not worked in some fashion, but I have gone more than a year without a job.
Without an employer.
Without an employer. And I hear you. It is extremely frustrating. You're working 7 days a week, 10 or more hours a day to do your freelance work and to do your job searching. And I'll be honest with you, when I was looking for work, when I was in that situation, I did not know about what is now CareerSource, Citrus, Levy, Marion.
Was it around back then?
It was Workforce Connection.
Okay.
And it's kind of ironic. I actually assisted a former colleague of mine in getting a position there, and it didn't sink in that maybe this was a resource that I could use at all. Kind of, I don't know if it's a funny story, but it's a true story. So back in the day, I participated in the Toastmasters, the United Marion Toastmasters Club, and I was at a point where I had to do a presentation. So I had a sense that maybe there would be an opening at what is now CareerSource. So I did my presentation on, it was a PowerPoint, on the organization and on the benefits. That turned out to be pretty fortuitous of me to do.
Very smart of you to do that.
Because when I did, I got a call a couple weeks later, and one of the things that I had to do was a PowerPoint presentation, an oral presentation, amongst the many things that I had to do, but that was one of them.
Wow, that was brilliant. I love that story.
So it timed out really nicely, and there were no guarantees that I had the job whatsoever, and it was hard work to get the job, but I did, and I have not looked back, and I've loved it ever since. I'm coming on 6 years now.
Nice. Congratulations.
You are so smart, and we trust you. We feel like we know you because you're in here all the time, but it is that reason why I want people to go to CareerSource, because if you're recommending it, you wouldn't be doing that if you didn't believe in it.
That is
I really truly
fact.
believe that about you.
Yeah, that's true.
So I have a story to tell you.
Okay, good.
All right. I went to, where'd I go? To Walmart, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a Burger King in Walmart. Mm-hmm. So I was attracted to the smell. And I thought, I'll just get a cup of coffee, right? So I go in to get a cup of coffee. And the girl next to me, looking up at the menu, is asked by the girl behind the cash register, can I help you? And she goes, well, do you have anything that I can get for $1? And so she says, well, if you got $1.05, you can get that 99-cent thing over there, whatever it was. And I felt bad. So I said, well, why don't you get a Big Mac. What is it, Big Mac? No, it's
Whopper.
a Whopper. Get a Whopper. Get a Whopper. Yeah, sorry, I'm mixing up. I said, just get a Whopper. I'll pay for the Whopper. And she said, well, let me give you my $1. I said, no, you keep your $1. And she said, well, good, because I got to get back on the bus. I'm living at the Y. Is that the Y? Is that where she's living?
No, Salvation Army.
Salvation Army. Thank you. All right. So now, so I buy. I don't know if I was scammed into buying a sandwich for somebody or not. But the point is, she later comes over to thank me. I go down to sit and have my coffee, and she comes to thank me, and she starts telling me her sob story, and I'm thinking she's going to ask me for a handout, you know. But she didn't really. To her credit, she was really just telling me her story, how she does this, that, and the other thing. And I say to her, here's the point. Have you gone to CareerSource? Yeah, I tried them. Didn't work out. And I said, are you sure? Are you sure you tried CareerSource? I said, do you have access at the Salvation Army to the internet? Yes, we do. Go to CareerSource, CLM.com. Just go there and see if you can find. Because she said she had background in not daycare, but what's adult daycare, like what they do in assisted living.
You're right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, holy cow, you've got that as a background. She's living at the Salvation Army,
which is right down the road from CareerSource.
Well, there is a facility there. It's an assisted living facility that Salvation Army has.
Okay.
What's it called? But the actual center for if you're homeless or that's further in town.
Oh.
However, I mean, Larry, that's a really good story because people who try it, who just think they can go online, clickety-click, and do a few things and maybe apply, that's not really looking for work. That's not really getting yourself employable. We have professionals, and you've heard me say it. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. These folks, they're super trained, they have the credentials, and they care. So they come to work equipped every day with credentials, with the knowledge, the skills to really help people, and they come to work every day with something else, and that's that passion to do the right thing and to help people. We have bells in all of our centers, and they ring them when we make a job match.
Nice.
And one day I was in there and it rang like 20 times in a row for one employer. She rang the bell multiple times, and that's a wonderful thing to hear that. So, if you really are serious and you really want assistance getting ready for the job market, please work with us one-on-one. Please do staff assisted. If you've done all the workshops and you've got an employment placement specialist that you're working with, and you want to just come into our centers and use a resource room and do job searches on your own, by all means do that. But please do the staff assisted first. Get that going, because once they know you, they can then market you to employers.
Yes,
they can match you.
yes.
Our teams are such that you have employer and we have the placement specialist, and they communicate and they work together. Isn't that a crazy idea to match people? So, by the same token, we don't just send people willy-nilly to employers saying, hey, here you go. We really strive to understand the employer's needs, get the job descriptions, know what kind of skills and experience they're looking for. And we've talked about this before, if we have someone we think, gosh, this person is really great, but maybe they don't have the experience, or maybe there's a piece of training that didn't exist for technology 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like that lady you were talking to.
Okay. Yeah. We have on-the-job training grants that are fantastic for employers. Eligible employers can get reimbursed up to 50 to 75% of their new hires' wages for an average of 16 weeks. It's 3-4 months of a training program. I'm sorry, that's incredible, Mr. and Mrs. Employer. If you're listening, on-the-job training grants, they're fantastic.
Yes, you're speaking to the employer with that one for sure. Yeah, and this young girl happened to be articulate. She was obviously smart, and so either it's a case of you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make her drink, or she really didn't know how to use the resource.
Well, and I can appreciate that maybe she's transportation strapped, but there is public transportation. I should explore this and find out if it goes out to our center, how we can facilitate that. We get requests from Salvation Army on a frequent basis, and we
Really?
try to go there and work with folks.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to
it's
interrupt
okay.
you. All right, we've got a little break, and we'll be right back.
Okay.
If you have a question about CareerSource, this is a good time. Laura Byrnes is here to answer those questions. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Sunny to partly cloudy on this Wednesday with an afternoon or evening thunderstorm in spots, high 89 to 93. Then mainly clear later Wednesday night, low 70 to 74. Thursday and Friday, sunshine mixed with clouds. There can be a thunderstorm around each afternoon. The high Thursday 89 to 93. Friday's high 88 at the coast, 94 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
We're saving thousands with Robert Palmer.
So rule number one is always shop around. Always shop around. If you're trying to get a mortgage, if you're trying to get the best credit card, if you're looking at student loans, cell phone bills, you name it, rule number one is always shop around. Always shop around.
That's rule number one, just one more vital part of fighting back to stop being a financial zombie. Yes, you can take the mystery out of the complicated world of finances. Take charge when it comes to your money. Listen in on The Source, 96.3 FM and 1370 AM, Saturdays at 12:05.
New windows will beautify your home and bring you immediate energy savings. Renewal by Andersen of Central Florida leads the way in quality and installs the name brand homeowners trust. Visit renewalbyandersen.com for a free in-home consultation with the pros. Right now, buy 4 windows and get the 5th free. Plus, no money down, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 12 months with approved credit. Visit renewalbyandersen.com. That's renewalbyandersen.com. Offer ends July 31st. License CGC 1523333.
You already know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information, yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute. Visit George Mangan Insurance today at www.manganinsurance.com.
Cookies, 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 cookies. We go cookie eating cookies.
When you want something special and fun for any occasion, get cookies. King Cookie in the Paddock Mall in Ocala will make a delicious, fun-filled delight just for you. So next time you're in the mall, stop by King Cookie or call 352-237-2557. KingCookieOcala.com. Customized cookies, cakes, and more. King Cookie.
Eating cookies. We're so happy eating cookies. Cookies!
WWWOCA, WWWOCA.
When it really counts, depend on The Source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Hi, I'm Fran Darkington. When I need news, I pass the rest and tune to The Source, WOCA.
All right, 12 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Laura Byrnes is here from CareerSource, Citrus, Levy, Marion. The phone lines are open if you want to ask a question. The number is 622-9622. Do you know the one thing that came to mind, Laura, during the break? Is when we're talking about people who don't know how to make a resume, who fall short of the self-driving thing. There's only so much you can do to try to help somebody. But what came to mind is that you filter out those people so that the ultimate person who will interview them, the employer, doesn't have to waste their time with somebody who's going to be a waste of time. So if you think about what you guys do for the employer, I mean, if somebody's going to be a waste of time, they're not going to be there.
Well, and that's certainly true of the folks that we work with one-on-one. Now, in the past 2 weeks, we have held 4 job fairs, and we have another one tomorrow. The one tomorrow is the youth job fair for ages 16 to 24 only. I stress only because this is our 3rd youth job fair, and in the past 2 years we have had folks who were clearly well over that 20. And they said, it's a job, but please, this is for 16
If I shaved, could I pass for that?
No, sir, no, not a chance. But the beauty of this, we had a workshop for this age group yesterday to get them ready to meet with the employers so that they are interview ready, even though they may not be interviewed on the spot. We had a good number show up, but we have had upwards of 300 youth attend these job fairs, and not all of them clearly attend the workshop. So you don't know exactly what you're getting. A lot of folks who come to our job fairs have never walked in a door or talked to us, but they're attracted to the job fair. So we can't put that seal of approval, or no, I don't want to say that. We can't put that gold star of reference on folks that we haven't worked with, just because they show up for a job fair. And we want them to come to the job fair, but really, if you want to really stand out from the crowd and make an impression on the employer, whether it's in a 30-second elevator speech when you first meet them or subsequent job interview, you really can't do better than working with one of our specialists one-on-one. I mean, that's truly the way to go.
And this is a great time to do it because the students, the high school seniors, have just graduated. Still, there are people that go to college, and they might be at that job fair, and they might be thinking about something being their career, and that they might stumble upon it, and those employers will work with them even though they're still going to school.
Right, and back on May 18th, we had our third, I want to say, higher grad job fair, and that was for post-secondary graduates, whether it's from a four-year college or a two-year degree or certificate program or VOTEC, and we had a great turnout for that. And those are for those younger people who have that, or maybe not younger. I mean, you can get a degree and be my age if you're a recent graduate. You're a recent graduate. So we looked for placements for them. The youth job fair is fantastic. I believe there's I want to say 7, 8, 9 employers that are committed to showing up, and they really cater their openings for this demographic. So, if you know a 16-year-old or 18-year-old who wants a summer job, part-time, full-time, or something that extends, this is a great job fair. I just want to mention it's from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. tomorrow, and it's going to be held at the Marion County Public Library headquarters in Ocala. And of course, as always, you can go to our website and get the information on our calendar. So let's see, FedEx, Jenkins Auto Group, Chick-fil-A, Marion County Fire Rescue, Marion County Board of County Commissioners, Jimmy John's, Sonic Drive-In, those are some of the employers that will be there.
Wow.
So that's a great one for...
Wow, and are these temporary jobs?
It kind of runs the gamut of part-time, full-time, and also long-term. So there are those who just want something for the summer, and they'll find that. But, maybe they want something throughout the school year or something more long-term. So it's a good mix. And with the other job fairs that we had, we had upwards of... about 100 employers and nearly 1,000 job seekers attending the job fairs that we've had in 2 weeks throughout our 3 counties. So, there are so many jobs. And when I say 100 employers, they have multiple jobs to fill. For instance, I'm going to give you a good, for instance, FedEx. They're looking to hire up to 500 positions. 150 full-time and 350 part-time. And their package handlers, that's a big chunk of them. Starting pay is $10.10 to $10.60 an hour.
Nice.
That's pretty good for Marion County. I'm sorry, that's great.
That's very good.
Benefits after a certain length of time. And we are having a hiring event for them. I believe it's a 2-day, and I believe the dates are July 6th and July 7th. We'll have a lot more information on that later. But if you want to work for FedEx, and, they're opening their big hub here in Ocala, so that's a great one. Another one over in Citrus County, Duke Energy is building their natural gas combined cycle plant. And they want to hire 600 to 700 construction positions, between now and next spring.
Oh, wonderful!
And we had 377 people show up at our job fair in Citrus County. Now, a lot of them, most of them, probably were for those Duke Energy jobs. But that just shows the vibrancy. We also had people come from as far away as Tallahassee, Arkansas, and Texas to apply.
Is that right? Can you? I don't mean to put you on the spot. What kind of jobs is the county commission hiring?
I
What kind of positions?
I don't know that. I can find out, but I don't know. off the
Can
top
I
of my
just
head.
imagine that it's working in the county as a county worker?
It could be recreation. I don't want to speculate. I just I don't have that information, but I certainly can find out.
But I know that because you had them in here one time as guests,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a lot of jobs. I remember them talking large numbers of openings at that time.
I'm guessing that for this age group, the 16 to 24-year-old age group, that it might be more like, Parks and Rec type things, or the landscaping. I don't want to I'm not really sure.
The golf course, right? I
honestly don't know. I don't know, but I can find out.
Yeah.
But
So the job youth fair is tomorrow.
It is. It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Yes,
At
sir.
the library, the big building.
And something else that's tomorrow, I should point out, is Resource, I guess it's manufacturing, MFG. Honestly, I apologize, don't know exactly what they do at this point. I can find out. But they're having a hiring event from 9 to 1 at our Career Center on 14th Street here in Ocala. But again, you can get the information, the job descriptions, that sort of stuff on our website, on our calendar of events, so you can find out all that information.
Do people have to sign up when they go to CareerSourceCLM.com? Do they have to actually sign up and put in their name to be able to peruse your list?
Well, to be able to apply for any of these jobs, you must be fully registered with us through the Employ Florida Marketplace, and that's www.employflorida.com. You'll find links all over the place on our website. That's how you will apply, and here's the simple reason. That is how we can find you, track you, match you, all those things. We're not, you just can't say, do it and not have any accountability. We have to have that accountability, and that's how we know what your skills are, your experience is, how we can match you with the employer. So if you're just out there and we don't know any of this information about you, we can't match you. So yes.
What do you tell somebody 16 years old, or somebody 30 years old who's maybe new to the area? I'll pull both examples and then get an answer. They want to know, like on that line on the application, how much do you want to get paid? That line. What do you want? What do you expect to be paid at this job? And they hear the radio show. They hear you say $10.60 an hour. So the 16-year-old goes, wow, $10.60 an hour. That's what I'm putting down on that line. The guy from Connecticut comes down, 30 years old. He says, $10.60. That doesn't sound like much, but I better put that down because that must be what the area pays. Would you advise the guy with the experience from Connecticut to put a higher number there? Would you advise the kid who's 16 to say,
Just say open?
Yeah.
Well, oftentimes there isn't a range. We know that range, and at this point. But I would say that when you do register with Employ Florida, you will have access to labor market information for our area, for particular industries. So you can, search by, transportation logistics. You can find out for different parts of the county, and you can find out what the wage, the average wages are. You can also find out what wages other people have, when they looked at that job description, rejected it, said, I'm not applying because, whatever. The gentleman from Connecticut with a lot of experience, cost of living in Connecticut may be exorbitant compared to here.
Right.
So maybe that wage is in line with the cost of living here. So there are a lot of variables, but that's something that, if you are working with a placement specialist, you can talk with them and
so that information is kind of, you can talk about that. You're not flying blind.
No, I would definitely be discussing that with the staff when you're working with us.
Right.
Definitely.
Share this information with somebody you know who needs a job. Period. If you can't remember all of this, then we have made it easy for you by making a video of Laura, and the information is really useful. If nothing else, write down the website, CareerSource CLM, as in Citrus Levy Marion, CareerSource Citrus Levy CLM.com. And what else? You give phone number?
Phone number 1-800-434-JOBS. That's 5627.
And remember, CareerSource is right here. If you happen to have somebody in the other county, Citrus and Levy, is the phone number the same?
You can call that 800 number and we'll get you to the right place, but also you can get all the contact information on our website as well.
All right. So for the young lady who came in here this morning looking for a radio job, you got to put radio experience on your resume.
Exactly.
And if you're not sure how to make a resume, CareerSource can help you with that as well.
That is true.
Thank you, Laura. Good to see you.
Thank you.
We will take a break. If you need any of that information repeated, we don't mind telling you on the phone what the information is that you missed. We'll help you out with that. Or just go to the website, the WOCA YouTube channel, or the Facebook page, and you'll see this video again. We'll take a little break. Be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu.
Very scary watching the water just rise so fast.
A lot of people heading for higher ground in parts of Texas, hard hit by flooding. In Rosenberg, the Brazos River has crested at a record 54 feet.
And has filled homes, it has submerged cars, you name it. We've seen people in canoes, in rafts, just navigating around.
Fox's Casey Stiegel in Richmond, Texas, just